It's been 2 tough matches, but will it be third time lucky for him as the handshake, the clocks begin? It's back to D4. Will we see the Trompovsky attack again?
He probably won't play it this time. He went the classical route.
Yeah, he goes for the standard development. And we've got the bet opening. Maxime Vachier-Lagrave returns Grunfeld.
Yeah, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave's favourite opening, his pet opening, something he's been playing now for 9 or 30 years even. And the bishop d2 variation, where white actually tries to challenge the heart and soul of the Grunfeld defense, which is black's Vachier-Ketted bishop. There's a bit of a standoff. These bishops will often get traded now. And this is something Maxime's been playing a lot in recent times. I was even studying some games of his just a few weeks ago in this exact variation. So Denis, if he's done his homework, if he had time in the break, it wasn't such a long recovery time, then he might have come up with some specific ideas. But to play into your opponent's kind of strongest point, it does take courage. Will that courage be rewarded? That's the big question. Isolated d-pawn, but could be a great strength later.
And this move by white developing the knight in front of the king, it stops the development of the light squared bishop. I think at some point in this opening, I've played it a couple of times, white has to go alongside castle. You get your king to the other side and the d-pawn becomes sort of your gem and glory in the position, right? You push it to d6 at the right point. Black doesn't have enough time to put a piece in front of it to stop it from advancing. So I'm expecting Denis to take that route.
Yeah, Denis the d-pawn, we've seen him win games already in this tournament, in the Champions Chess Tour Finals, using his d-pawn, using his king as well in the endgame to support it. But yeah, the whole battle is around this pawn right now. It's either a great strength or a target for the opponent. And Tanya, you called it, predicting the future, castling queenside. James, though, would you say it's his type of position, Denis? We saw him castle queenside in the previous game against Jan, lose with white. He's normally a more positional player than this.
If he just lets go of his positional play and just let it flow and let it go, he might have himself a masterpiece here. Now, of course, he actually can. He has some great chances, as he did in the last game, of course, with the white pieces. He always gives himself some very good chances, but just dabbling between that tactical and positional style that he really likes, what did mess him up in that game with Dion. But here, I mean, he has some very clear plans, which, of course, whoever gets to that king first on the opposite side castle is going to win. H4 for the score here. Got to be on an automatic move here.
You know, he didn't play it at the right time in the previous match. Denis against Jan, H4 when he had the opportunity, he has to seize it this time. Maxime is going all out on the left side of the board. He is advancing his pawns. Denis, you can't delay this. H4, H5 right now.
Yeah, and also, it's not just a pawn push here, it's pure development. Even if you're not able to checkmate the black king, which actually is a real possibility, you're at least developing your white rook in the corner. I was going to say, moving the knight out of the way, then moving the bishop, then centralizing the white rook takes so long. Here, he's actually encouraging black to continue the plan initiated on the previous move. That's very brave. He wants to plant his knight in the center. But yeah, Denis seems reluctant to start pushing his h-pawns. For some reason or other. Mysterious.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to push the h-pawns there, which is insane. Like that's what you have to do here. You just have to make the king. It's very easy now, okay? Like, oh, you just do it, but okay, like you just do it. Like no, it takes some courage. H4, you have to calculate what is he doing. Knight f6. I mean, you just push those pawns on the opposite side of the board. That's what these positions call for. You have to get to the king.
pawn land there on the white side, if the queens come off at least.
Yeah, and right now there's an eternal pin, so you could actually start with that king move forward because you can wait for a move to trade here. James, what would be your choice? Do you keep the queens on the board or off?
You mean with for Denis here? Or if I'm MVO, if I'm Denis here, okay, I could take and play maybe rook c7. I wanted to trade queens anyway, so if we're trying to trade queens, okay, we play rook c7 and maybe draw. But he's fast too, though. Rook e2. You have to calculate here. It's about how fast you can get those pawns.
2.5 minutes.
Check, king there, check, king there, takes. A4. I don't know. Black might be a little bit faster. H pawn is quick, so.
Do you know who's one of the best endgame calculators in the world?
MVL.
VL,
Exactly. Scary.
So for Denis, he's a minute and a half behind, and it's his opponent's type of position. Yeah, if it's kind of maneuvering endgames, I would say you have a chance, but this is so scary. The black king is coming, the black rook is coming. King of pawn endgames, that's a pure race. It's just a count.
Right.
But in the meantime, black has a clear plan for white what to do. Rook c2 is very passive, maybe necessary though.
He's going on the defense, and right now Maxime can repeat immediately with giving a check on e1, forcing the white rook back, then putting it on the second rank, attacking laterally, forcing the white rook one step forward, and that would end in a draw. But I think whether that happens or not, draw is the most likely outcome in this one regardless.
Still the most likely. All the rook endgames are drawn. Everyone knows that, but
why does that rule not apply when I'm playing a rook endgame? It's so hard to hold.
if you played this one, you'd be fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
You got this one.
You're fine.
Actually, white has a plan too. Thinking about it, if Maxime is a bit slow, white's rook will shuffle one square to the side, and then the white king will start running. The white king could also journey towards the pawn, start getting greedy. Rooks here kind of balance each other out. It's just king activity is the main differential in the near future.
But do you think Maxime is ambitious about his chances right now? How much does he believe in the position?
It's tough. He races. I'm going to bet he's going to play on. I just have a feeling.
The same as well. I think he can actually get tricky here with trying to bring the king up at some point. But he goes with the check first.
We're going to see a repetition.
Oh, yeah, that's alright. You're going to wrap it up.
It's happening.
You want to draw? Alright, cool. It is what it is.
Commentator's curse. As soon as I said that, I knew it was going to be a draw. And we go to the next game. Scores level. Maxime will have the white pieces. I think just the idea of playing white, not taking any risk here, was too tempting. Hence the draw.
Yeah, and a very confident hold.